My friends, wealth is not first born in the bank. It is born in the mind. And the mind, once trained, becomes the greatest vault of riches you will ever own. When you sleep, your subconscious works like a faithful servant. It obeys the instructions you feed it during the day. If you impress upon it thoughts of scarcity, it will deliver poverty. But if you impress upon it thoughts of wealth, abundance, and power, it will deliver prosperity in due season. When you retire to your bed at night, your conscious mind begins to rest, but your subconscious remains awake, alert, and receptive. It is in these quiet hours that you hold the greatest opportunity to shape your destiny. The subconscious mind is like rich soil. Whatever seed you plant in it, whether that seed is of abundance or of lack, of triumph or of defeat, will grow and bear fruit in your waking life. Too many people carelessly plant weeds before they sleep. They dwell on unpaid bills, lost chances, and tomorrow's problems, and so the subconscious, ever faithful, multiplies those very conditions. But you are different. You can choose to feed your inner mind with definite thoughts of wealth. You can lie back, close your eyes, and repeat with conviction, I am a magnet for opportunity. I attract riches in every form. I am destined for abundance. These are not idle words. They are blueprints. The subconscious does not question them. It accepts them as instructions, and it begins immediately to move unseen forces to make them real. Think of it as programming a machine that never stops working. The thoughts you impress upon your inner mind at night go to work while you sleep, drawing to you the ideas, the people, and the circumstances that match the wealth you have declared. Do this night after night with faith and persistence, and you will discover that opportunities begin to arrive as though by design. They are not accidents. They are the harvest of seeds planted in the stillness of the night. So, as you prepare for sleep, feed your subconscious mind deliberately. Do not drift into slumber with the clutter of the day. Give it a clear order. Give it a vision of the wealth you demand. With time, it will return to you multiplied. For what you feed it faithfully, it will create without fail. Desire is the starting point of all wealth, the spark that ignites the fire of achievement. Without it, no plan will be pursued with vigor, and no dream will be carried through to completion. You may have intelligence, skill, and opportunity, but if you lack burning desire, those gifts will lie dormant, unused, and wasted. True desire is not a fleeting wish. It is not a passing fancy that comes today and vanishes tomorrow. True desire grips the heart, consumes the imagination, and refuses to be ignored. It is the kind of hunger that will not let you rest until it is satisfied. When you prepare for sleep, you have the perfect moment to fan this desire into flame. Most people drift into the night thinking about their worries, their failures, or the trivial matters of the day. But if you wish to install a millionaire's mind, you must instead carry a picture of what you most long for into your slumber. Think of the life you intend to create, the home, the freedom, the experiences, the ability to provide for those you love. Let these images stir your emotions until your heart beats faster. Let them excite you so deeply that even as your body rests, your spirit continues to burn. Desire of this kind never sleeps. It penetrates the subconscious and sets it to work without pause. As you dream, your inner mind begins searching for connections, crafting ideas and opening doors that you could not consciously force open. When you awaken, you may find a sudden inspiration, a new approach, or a meeting that seems coincidental but is, in truth, the result of your persistent desire shaping circumstances in your favor. You must guard this fire carefully. Do not allow the cold water of doubt, fear, or the opinions of others to extinguish it. Feed it constantly with thoughts of what you will achieve, not merely what you wish for. Desire becomes powerful only when it is definite, when you know with absolute clarity what you are pursuing and why you must have it. The mind responds to precision. It will move mountains for the individual who is unwilling to accept anything less than the riches they envision. Each night, before you close your eyes, remind yourself of this burning desire. Whisper to yourself not what you lack, but what you demand from life. Say it with feeling, with intensity, as though your very future depends on it, because it does. In time, that desire will harden into belief, belief will transform into action, and action will bring forth the wealth that once lived only in your imagination. A burning desire that never sleeps is the unshakable foundation upon which every fortune is built. Wealth must first be created in the unseen before it can appear in the seen. Every great fortune was once only a vision in the mind of the one who possessed it. The skyscraper stood first as an image on an architect's paper before it touched the sky. The empire of business began first as an idea in the imagination of a determined man or woman before it became factories, offices, and flowing streams of gold. In the same way, your riches must be built in the workshop of your imagination before they can ever manifest in your reality. When you lie down at night, you hold in your hands the most powerful creative tool in existence, the ability to see with the inner eye. Close your physical eyes and begin to picture yourself already in possession of the wealth you desire. See yourself writing the check with ease, stepping into the home of your dreams, or feeling the luxury of freedom from want. Make these visions vivid. Do not see them as far-off hopes, see them as present facts. The subconscious cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined with intensity. Whatever it accepts as true, it works tirelessly to bring into existence. Most people sabotage themselves because they picture only struggle. They rehearse their failures in their minds. They imagine the worst outcomes, and by doing so, they build those very conditions into their future. But you can train your mind to perform differently. Instead of replaying defeat, replay victory. Instead of rehearsing lack, rehearse abundance. See yourself living as the millionaire you intend to become until your subconscious believes it, until it accepts it without resistance, until it begins to adjust every thought, every action, and every opportunity around the reality you have declared. Make this a nightly practice. As you drift towards sleep, step into your inner world and walk through the life you have chosen. Imagine the conversations you will have when you are free. Hear the sound of your footsteps in the places you will travel. Feel the weight of the keys in your hand as you open the doors of your estate. If you can see it clearly enough, if you can feel it deeply enough, it will leave an imprint upon your subconscious. That imprint becomes a command, and that command begins to shape your world. Hold to these visions with persistence, and you will find that they start to move from imagination into form. Doors will open that you could not see before. People will appear who seem drawn to help you. Opportunities will surface that match the pictures you have impressed upon your inner mind. This is no accident. It is the law of creation at work. What you see within, you will one day hold without. Wealth must first exist in your imagination before it can arrive in your hands. And if you dare to see it with unwavering faith, it cannot help but come. Failure begins not in action, but in speech, and speech begins in thought. The words you allow to form on your tongue shape the conditions of your life more powerfully than most people ever realize. When you declare, "I can't," "I don't have enough," or "I will never succeed," you are issuing commands to your subconscious mind. And like a loyal servant, it obeys without question. It takes those phrases as instructions and begins arranging your reality to match them. You may believe you are only expressing frustration, but in truth you are sealing your own limitations. The mind that seeks wealth must speak only in the language of wealth. There is no room for words of doubt or phrases of defeat. If you wish to build a millionaire's mind while you sleep, you must guard the gateway of your nightly thoughts as if they were the gates to a great treasure. Before drifting into slumber, refuse to rehearse failure in your inner dialogue. Do not whisper to yourself that life is hard, that opportunity has passed, or that you are too old, too late, or too unprepared. These are lies that weaken your spirit. Instead, declare with authority, "I am capable. I am ready. I am destined to prosper." Such declarations carve new grooves into the subconscious, directing it toward success. Understand this, every word carries energy. Negative words drain, positive words energize. Failure is not merely an event, it is a vibration. And when you keep repeating the language of failure, You keep tuning your life to that vibration. In the same way, wealth and victory have their own vibration, and when you repeat their language, you tune your life to abundance. This is why those who habitually speak of success, even before it is visible, eventually find themselves surrounded by it. Their speech aligns their mind, and their mind aligns their reality. You must become ruthless in eliminating the vocabulary of defeat. If you catch yourself speaking in terms of lack, stop immediately and correct it. Replace it with the language of certainty. Say, I will find a way. I will meet the right people. I will seize the opportunity. Train yourself to speak as if wealth is already yours. Do this not only in the daytime, but especially at night, when the conscious mind grows quiet and the subconscious listens with open ears. Those final thoughts, those last words you utter before sleep, sink deepest. Make sure they are words of victory. Each night, as you lie in bed, remember that you are giving your subconscious its nightly instructions. Do not give it defeat to multiply. Give it only success to expand. With persistence, the language of wealth will become natural, automatic, and unshakable. And when you no longer permit the sound of failure to pass your lips, you will discover that failure itself no longer lingers in your life. You will be walking, speaking, and living in the rhythm of prosperity. Within every human being there exists a silent partner, a power that never sleeps, never tires, and never ceases its work. While the conscious mind may grow weary and seek rest, this inner force, the subconscious, remains ever active. It is like a hidden engine, always turning, always processing, always moving in the direction of the instructions it has been given. The tragedy is that most people live their entire lives unaware of this partner, treating it as though it does not exist, while it quietly produces results that match the careless thoughts they have allowed to dominate their minds. But the one who seeks wealth, the one who dares to install a millionaire's mind while they sleep, learns to trust this silent power and direct it with intention. When you close your eyes at night, understand that you are not ending your work. You are handing the task over to your unseen ally. Your subconscious will spend the dark hours building connections, drawing together opportunities, and arranging circumstances in ways you cannot consciously fathom. It will bring to the surface ideas you never considered, inspirations that seem to come from nowhere, and solutions to problems that once felt immovable. This is not chance. It is the labor of the silent partner within you, carrying out the orders you impressed upon it with your thoughts and desires. But to benefit from this power, you must learn trust. Too often men and women plant a seed of intention and then dig it up with doubt. They declare their desire at night, but rise in the morning questioning whether anything has changed. They sabotage the work of the subconscious with impatience, with fear, and with disbelief. You cannot do this if you wish to see results. You must act as though the inner partner is already at work on your behalf, as surely as a hired worker would be. You would not plant a seed in the soil and expect a harvest tomorrow, yet you would trust that unseen, the seed is germinating. So it is with the subconscious. Once you have impressed your desires upon it, trust that it is working even when you cannot see the evidence. This trust will change how you live. You will awaken not with anxiety, but with expectancy. Instead of asking, will it happen? You will declare, it is happening now. You will walk through your day alert to the signs, ready to seize the opportunities that your silent partner has prepared. You will begin to notice chance meetings, timely advice, sudden insights, all of which are evidence that the inner power is doing its work faithfully. And remember this, the silent partner works best with clarity and persistence. Do not confuse it with contradictory orders. Do not one day demand riches and the next day entertain thoughts of lack. Give it a definite purpose, repeated with feeling and certainty, and then allow it the freedom to bring forth results in its own way. Do not dictate how or when. It knows better than you how to weave the threads together. Your task is to hold the vision steady, fuel it with desire, eliminate the language of failure, and then release it to the silent partner within. In time, you will come to regard this inner force with reverence, for you will see that it never fails. It is the builder of fortunes, the creator of circumstances, the bridge between thought and reality. Trust it, and you will discover that wealth is not a distant dream, but an inevitable result of aligning with the greatest power already living within you. My friends, riches are not an accident. They are an accumulation of thoughts, woven night after night, dream after dream, until they harden into reality. If you dare to install the millionaire's mind while you sleep, you will awaken not just with dreams, but with the power to turn those dreams into gold.